Hey, welcome back to another anime review. This time the show will be The Angel Next Door is Supposed to Be Rotten, Season 2, Episode 8. Yeah, so this episode got me to realize that a lot of the characters, though the named characters in this show, are already in relationships. Because I feel like there's only like 2 characters that are named characters that are not in relationships. So this episode starts off with that girl Ayaka trying to get, what's his name, Amane to smile. But he can't smile naturally if it looks kind of creepy. Like if you force him to smile, it looks kind of fake. And then Ayaka tells him that the girls in the class like the aura that he has when he's with Mahiru, because apparently Ayaka already has a boyfriend and she's not really interested in what's her name, Amane, because he's kind of scrawny. But then what's her name, Mahiru, she kind of stands up for him. It's like, oh, he's not scrawny when he takes his shirt off. Like when he takes his shirt off, he's actually kind of muscular. Later on, Ayaka tells Amane to go to the classroom that they're using to change, because of Mahiru changing right now into her maid outfit, and apparently Mahiru wants him to be the first person to see her in it. So Amane sees Mahiru change into her maid outfit, so he compliments her, telling her she looks good and all that. And then she says that she's kind of just about the girls seeing him in the butler outfit, because lately some of the girls been talking about how attractive he looks and all that. And Amane is all like, he kind of doesn't want the other guys to see her in the maid outfit, but he also tells her that, well, he only has eyes for her, so she shouldn't be worried about it too much. Now this episode got me thinking that the two of them are a little bit too insecure. Because, I mean, like, if another guy just sees her in a maid outfit, I don't see why that makes him jealous like that. In her, when it comes to girls seeing him in a butler outfit, like, why are they getting so jealous? It shouldn't be that big of a deal. And apparently, Chitose, she's going to be a maid as well, and Itsuki's going to be a butler too. And I guess Itsuki's fishing for compliments because she asked her boyfriend how good she looks in that outfit, and he tells her that she looks good at anything. So now Amane also changed to his butler outfit, and Ayaka tells Mahiru that her boyfriend butler's there. So Mahiru walks up and she tells him that he looks so good that she doesn't really recognize him. Now I thought this was kind of funny because Mahiru, she practices greeting guests, and apparently it's too effective on the guys in the class because they all pass out. So Ayaka tells Amane that he looks good too, but then she says, oh, don't worry about it because I'm not really interested in you and like that. So what's the name? Amane, he's like, yeah, why'd you have to add that other part on? Then she was like, oh, because Mahiru was like glaring at them. Yes, this episode had to be like the most that Ayaka actually ever spoke in the episode. And also Yuta, he got like a lot of girls trying to go after him too. And if I remember right, he was like the most popular guy in their class. So Amane practices with what's her name, Mahiru as a customer. And apparently it's too effective because she almost passes out. So Itsuki shows up and she's like, oh, you turned into a real Mahiru killer. Now what I like about this episode is that a lot of side characters got their time to shine in this episode. They kind of got more voice lines in this one. Now it's the day of the festival, everybody's all dressed up and everything, and Mahiru's taking 2 customers' orders, and they start spitting game to her, you know what I'm saying, trying to see her after the festival and all that, but she's like ignoring their advances and all that, and she's just trying to say, oh, I'm just here to take an order, but they don't understand, so eventually she has to leave. And then what's his name, Yuta, he's talking to Amane, saying that, oh, this is kind of bad because like a lot of people in the classroom actually likes Mahiru, and they support their relationship. So a couple of other girls come to that same table to those 2 guys that was hitting on her, and they started like mean mugging them. But that's still not the end of it for Mahiru, because after that, some dude tried to grope Mahiru, and then what's his name, Amane stops him before he does it, and he gets kicked out of the festival. And then Amane's all like, hey, it's about that time, let's just go on break and let's just take our time walking around the festival. So while Amane and Mahiru was walking around, they walk around and they stumble upon like a haunted house, or like a haunted classroom I should say. And apparently Mahiru is easily scared, cause she's even scared of horror movies. So he's all like, hey, like next time let's watch a horror movie together. And she was like, I'm cool with that. She's like bluffing and all that, cause she knows she doesn't want to watch a horror movie. But she's like, oh, if she gets too scared, he needs to take responsibility. So they start walking around again. While they're walking around, they bump into Itsuki's father. You know, the same father that doesn't like Chitose. He doesn't approve of their relationship. But apparently he likes Sheena. He thinks that she's a good girlfriend and all that. But he's wearing like a yukata, so he's like more of a traditional type of guy. I wonder if they run like a shrine or something. But anyway, that's probably why he doesn't like Chitose, since she's kind of like a more of a outgoing type of person. So the 2 of them get back to class and they get agreed about Chitose and Itsuki before they sit down. And while they're talking, like, what's her name? I guess Mahiru getting kind of more insecure because she asks Amane, like, does he think like the other girls in the class are cute in their maid outfit? And he says, yeah, but he still only got eyes for her. And that's pretty much what happened in the episode, besides the fact that Yuta was in a band after they got down with their whole cafe type of festival thing. He went on stage in the auditorium and he performed in the band. Now I'm just thinking like, no wonder why he's popular with the girls. Well, anyway, that's pretty much what happened in the episode. Well, anyway, this is my review for this episode. If you liked the episode or didn't like the episode, leave a comment. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you enjoy my content, why do you think about subscribing? I appreciate it. Anyway, that's all. Take care.